everybody, and this is 111, and today I'm playing some more Road to the Show. For the first time in a while, actually.
A coach presses a player to keep raising the bar on the development of his signature skills.
I don't remember where our progress was at all.
A pitcher is encouraged to keep looking for improvement.
So we are in April. Okay, so I got the Maverick then. Yeah, the nice thing is we are in the NL. So 9 2/3 innings. So far we're doing decent, but I mean we are still very early on in the season.
Afternoon base. Joshua Gibbons will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
So 1 pitch, 1 out.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and that'll bring in Jeff McNeil. In there, and it's 0-1. Guys, these Padres, as they take the field this afternoon, they've been hot of late, winners in 4 straight.
Yeah, Matty, this place is buzzing right now. This team won the opener of the series yesterday, and they're looking to step on this team's throat and take the first 2 games of this series.
Hit down the third baseline, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. 0-2 pitch is a sinker that misses, but he's still in command, 1-2. A very comfortable afternoon for baseball. 61 degrees our game time temperature. The 1-2.
Fouled off.
Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Seared down the first baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
I know the fans love the souvenirs, but the battle between the pitcher and batter right here is what makes the game great.
1 down, 1 down.
And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at bat.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
The numbers for him certainly look good. He's at 327. 1 home run
Right,
and
so
3 driven in.
pitch
Myers will reach out with 1 hand to make the catch. So here's the cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. And a sinker misses here. No, a called strike. I take that back. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Alonso, a native Floridian. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
And
I'll tell you what, boys, I'd like to be this guy's agent. He's approaching free agency. He's one of the best players in our game. He's lived up to everyone's expectations, and I expect him to get absolutely paid this offseason.
Standing in, Clint Frazier. He's seen that average climb during his 7-game hitting streak. Trammell arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. Striding in, Paul DeYoung. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and 1 gone. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. DeYoung in an 0-2 hole here.
Hey, you know in the back of your mind as a batter right here, he's got that nasty sinker. I know it's 0-2, but he might not be looking for the punch out. You have to find a way as a batter to get that 2-seamer up in the zone, or you're going to ground into a double play.
Now at the plate, Victor Caratini, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. No balls and a strike to count. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
Trammell will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move. And that'll bring up Franchy Cordero. A couple of hits for him and 4 trips to the plate last night. Well thrown sinker that time down, but in the strike zone.
Padres can't really muster anything.
Started the breaking ball far too inside that time. Laid off for ball 1. The 1-1 home. Skied in the air to straightaway left.
I got it.
Trammell.
They're hitting the ball in the air, but
bring
it's
this
weak
one in.
air contact right now, which is good / bad.
Sliding into the box, Trevor Rogers. Here it comes. First pitch is a slider called for a strike. Third inning, no score to this point. This is line to left. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
Hey, pretty good swing right there by the pitcher. I know he'll be telling his boys in the dugout to take some hitting lessons from him if he's going to square line drives up all day.
Bubba Thompson will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Grounded down the third baseline. 0-2. Here it comes. Got a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses. 1-2. Rogers stands at first with 1 out. Fouled off. And another foul ball. The 1-2. Line to the right side. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Oh.
And they'll have runners at the corners following a 1-out single.
You don't see that too often. You starting to get in swing mode and you start fouling off multiple pitches, you'll swing at the rosin bag if he'll throw it. Nice job by the offensive player to get himself.
Promise, we really haven't been getting ground balls
1 strike
in this game.
to
It's been
count.
all airbound.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. Ready for another chance? J.D. Davis. He flew out in his last at-bat. In there, no balls and a strike. Hit hard to short. Fielding cleanly, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over.
And out of trouble.
2 left for the Mets. Home half of the third coming up. No score. The pitcher, Joshua Gibbons, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Hey, let it rip, let it go.
First pitch on its way, and he's squaring around here, but he can't connect. 1 strike.
He doesn't even have to look down at the third base coach right here. That sac bunt is definitely staying on.
But the runner's back easily.
Yeah, which means I can't go for the AB here.
Come on, man. Get your pitch up there.
The 0-1 pitch.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's going to be looking down at the third base coach right now, hoping he takes this bunt sign off. It's just a lost art in today's game.
Back in standing.
I haven't bunted in this game in so long.
The 1-1 home. Now a bunt attempt here. Davis is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
That was unfortunate.
All set for the start of the inning, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Pete Alonso. And he takes a pitch right down the middle. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
So it was a swinging strike 3. Pete Alonso goes down to become the first out here in the 4th. Clint Frazier comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Now the
thing
pitch.
is, we would like to get some hits, just so we're somewhat useful.
Smoked on the
Ground
ground
ball,
up the middle,
and
that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
So now the ground balls are happening again.
Hey, there's another base knock right there. Hitting streak now up to 8 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, 8 games. Nah, man, we're starting to think about it a little bit. You know, you get past that week, you just know you're locked in. They start talking 8 games, now you're like, all right, I got a nice little hitting streak going.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Victor Caratini swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1. From the stretch. Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2.
Boy, that's a jam shot right there. That's as good as it gets, in my opinion.
And the shortstop is under it to make the play. Retire.
Hey, here we go.
Into the box, Joshua Gibbons.
All right, so I can
and a chance now to increase his lead if he can deliver something here with 2 gone. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Frazier will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And at the plate will be the speedy outfielder, Franchy Cordero. And a strike called at the knees, 0-1.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
Grounded back up the middle, and that'll get on through into center field, so he's got himself a leadoff single.
Hey, nice AB right there. With the pitcher coming to the plate, your job is to get on in front of him. This should be interesting. Does he get the bunt sign? Do we play a little billy ball and pull it back and try and play chicklets with the third baseman? See what happens.
And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. To second for 1, and the relay won't nearly be in time as he's there easily.
Took a pretty long time for the shortstop to receive the ball that time. So that gave the runner plenty of time to bear down on him and take him out. Hopefully everyone's okay down there.
Bubba Thompson is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
Valba. Yeah, we do definitely.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
We do definitely need to.
Digging in, Jeff McNeil. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. 1-0 the count. As a look, now the pitch. And a good heater as he just.
I'm just going to make sure.
Expect too many more high fastballs in this one. He is known for his sinker, keeping the ball on the ground.
The count now at 2-1. From the belt, the pitch. And he takes a good swing at that one as this is sent down the line in right, but ultimately into the crowd, a foul ball. Now a ball lined to the left side, but this is a foul ball. Now another 2-2.
Fouled off.
Popped him up.
Popped him.
Marcano is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. So no runs on a hit here. No. J.D. Davis the next at bat. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
And now a pitch hit
we're definitely
on the ground.
This
gets foul. It's 0-1. Now here's the pitch. The bouncer to the left side. Scooped
bouncer.
Up. Got him. Boy, an error saver there at first if he kept his foot on the bag. He did. Oh, what a play for the 2nd out.
That was a good play over there.
At the plate, Clint Frazier. Last time through was a base hit.
Yeah, Matty, pressure's off right now. He extended his hitting streak that last plate appearance. Now he gets to get back into his zone, work on his craft, and try and drive something in the gap.
High,
this is
deep,
high
and gone.
Deep out to left. And a leaping effort at the wall, but it's in vain. A home run.
Yeah, they dug themselves quite a hole, but they say the first thing you need to do when that happens is to stop digging. Well, that solo shot, they've stopped digging, but they've got a long
swing, and this is also hit well. Out to deep center, and it's out of here. Back-to-back 2-out home runs, and that's a special home run. Paul DeYoung Continues to add to his major league total. That's the 200th home run in what's turning into a pretty nice career.
And guys, 200 homers is a feat a lot of players never.
And the third baseman is there to make the catch, and the inning is. Stepping in, Joshua Gibbons getting the hit for himself here, largely due to the big cushion he's got to work with. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Center fielder on the run. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
We're putting the bat in the ball, so it isn't as bad. But
7th inning ready to roll, and in to hit next it'll be Franchy Cordero. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here.
We're still having issues with the high
Probably a design take right there. They need base runners, so they're going to make them try to bring the ball in the strike zone.
And that ball's kicked to the gap.
And that one skips up over the wall for a ground rule double. Brett Beatty will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Well, he hit that one pretty well all the way out to the warning track. And clearly, there's some hard dirt out there because that ball bounced right over the wall for a ground rule double.
Runner in scoring position here already following the ground rule double. Behind 0-2 now. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. This one's down to third. Throw on to first in time, one away.
All right, keep the runner over there.
Now batting, Bubba Thompson. He got called out on strikes his last time through. Lined into right, a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away. Jeff McNeil will be the next to take a turn. It was a fly out for him in his last trip.
We don't have a lot of stamina yet.
To count. The 1-0.
Ball.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And when he's getting the ball in his zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
To second for one.
Run scores, but stupid camera angle switch.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Oh.
There's a breaking ball that couldn't quite catch the inside.
And even though he's had some success against this guy in the ball game, he still knows he's a very dangerous opponent. He won't want to fall behind him any further.
Outside, 3-0 now. Look to be taking all the way, and the splitter's in there for the first strike.
Got to believe he had the green light in that situation. 2 out, 3-0 count. This guy can certainly handle the bat. That's a perfect situation to let him loose. But I love the fact that he's keyholed in a certain area, and it wasn't what he was looking for.
And a fourth run will come across.
And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
And that just pains a pitcher. They're already giving up a run in the inning. Well, just another day at the office for these guys. That stretches their winning streak to 5, and they're playing well.
Yeah, that was turned into an absolute nightmarish end. Like 10 hits in 7 innings. But a lot of it also is stamina, because the game does make it where your pitches are harder to command when you're later in an outing. I'll spike the ERA quite a bit. Oh, we have been booted back into the bullpen. Well, that's real asinine. Either that or else. So we get to go face our former team. Well, the team that drafted us and then traded us away.
Joshua Gibbons is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here.
Number 14.
Ready for another shot now. Alex Kirilloff. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. In there for strike 1. The rain starting to intensify here. It's coming down a little heavier now. We'll see how much longer the umpires can wait.
Yeah, Matt, right now this doesn't look too good. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the umpires come out and bring the ground crew out here. The infield, around the mound, and around the home plate area is really getting soaking wet. And I can't anticipate this going on very much longer.
Line drive to center field. Grisham makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left. New inning set to get underway, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Ryan McBroom. No balls and 1 strike.
Probably either until we get a lead or
into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Ball 1, well below the zone. A ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, man,
really
that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone to protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Yeah.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Myers is under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
I think this is more or less just a tune-up outing.
Joe Hudson will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike 1. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Lifted in the air out towards left center.
But statistically out of the bullpen,
Grisham is going to have room out there as he puts this away.
Like, yeah, I can have really good outings, but like
digging in, Cole Roederer. And this tie ball game is a battle of the bullpens now, and I'm sure you're enjoying that, Dan.
Bullpens are such a big part of baseball now, Matt. All these teams have such good 7th, 8th, and 9th inning guys. It all boils down to whose bullpen is better.
And this is going to be through into center field for a base hit as the leadoff man's aboard.
This is also the problem. Like, I give the Twins, that's where I was sitting down.
Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
From the stretch. Grounded to short. He's right there. There's one. On to first, and you can forget about the go-ahead run being on base. He's erased on the double play. And that'll bring in Matt Chapman. And he's about as dangerous as they come. Without a doubt, he's one of the true icons in the sport today. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Cubs to this point. A ball and a strike to count to Matt Chapman.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. This one misses, and that'll fill the count here. 3-2 with 2 away.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters. So you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. Kyle Schwarber is in with 2 away now as he looks at strike 1.
That does make sense here.
Hey, great job pounding the zone. Strike 1. When you got a great hitter in the box, you got to get ahead. Count.
And hold on there. That's not going to get him in there with the stolen base. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Slider. Ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2. Go ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. In the dirt, but swung on and missed. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard.
They end up winning.
Several good offensive performances in this one, but none better than the one turned in by the guy you see right there.
So we pretty much just proved to the Cubs that they just lost a big piece again. And I actually have a decent grade against the Cubs out of all teams. I think I'm going to win against them too. Okay, so you're telling me I get no rest. Padres, you guys are crazy. So we're down 2-0. And I'm assuming the starter got hurt, or I don't know.
Joshua Gibbons is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the third inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings. So stepping in, Matt Chapman, a base hit in his first trip. Fouled straight back.
Fouled off.
Swung on and chopped down the line at third, but this will get foul for strike two. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away.
It's so hard to hit when you're behind the count 0-2, right? You have to protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at it.
Meanwhile here, a stolen base attempt is not going to work out as they put the... Next to the plate for the Padres, Joshua Gibbons. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And that's by him. It's 0-1.
Oh, man, was that a hack. He's trying to create his own run support with a swing like that.
And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. And the Padres pitcher behind with a 1-2 count. And he'll try to entice him with the changeup here, but it dips below the knees. It's 2-2. Now here's the pitch. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
And he popped him up. Miller ranges back, and he has it for out number 2.
So we are 0 for so
All
many.
set for the start of the fourth, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Kyle Schwarber. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
So this been the mound a little bit longer.
1-1 to Schwarber.
1-1.
That's our problem. Like, I think if we can get some hits.
1-2 now.
1 ball, 2
He's going to
strikes
step
now.
out of the box, adjust his batting gloves, and pray he gets the exact same pitch as that one, because if it comes again, we like to refer to that one in the biz as a cement mixer.
In tight with the slider, 2-2. And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
This pitching staff has done a really good job against this guy in this series. This is a really good hitter, and it's not easy to make a guy strike out 5 times in a series up to this point, but that's what they've done to this guy so far.
Dansby Swanson is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. Hit on the ground to third. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
A team that's seen me back-to-back games now.
Into the box now, Alex Kirilloff. He got a hold of one and went yard in his first appearance in this one. Swung on, but fouled off to the left.
Who is the Cubs starter? Someone I don't know of.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Driven to deep right field. Myers going back, still going back. Onto the party porch and gone.
Second home run of the game right there. He is locked in at the plate. You hear so many of today's players talk about rhythm and timing. Well, he is perfectly on time.
We have one
in the heart of the zone.
They've gotten their hits in deep counts. They've gotten their hits in early counts. This has been a real onslaught.
Yeah, you can look at it one of 2 ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the mound and they are just going to ambush tactics and it seems to work for them. Or you can look at it the other way. They're just getting lucky.
The 1-1 home. Line drive to center
field. And another base hit.
In there, a base hit.
Hey, after that hit right there, Dero, that extends his hitting streak to 6 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 days in a row with knocks will help you sleep better at night, Dan.
Throw to first in time, and the big inning is all set for the start of the inning, and next to bat will be the outfielder.
So we're back to a 2-1 deficit.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1.
All right, here we go now.
But it doesn't matter anyways, unless like we actually take
1 ball and 1 strike to the Cubs leadoff batter.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
The 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
2-2.
hits this one hard the other way. And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit.
Yeah, Padres is probably going to give me as long as I can.
Now at the plate, Jalen Miller. He reached on a single last time and later wound up scoring.
Right now,
Strike one to start the at-bat. Swings through it for strike number 2.
I know that feeling. Played 14 years in the big leagues and still can't hit a slider.
And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Now it's always good to keep a guy that has good wheels off base.
And
that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Grisham is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Kyle Schwarber. No balls and a strike to count. 0-1, here it comes.
Fouled off. Fouled off again.
The count is 1-2.
Set him down right here.
Misses, ball 2.
Why are you calling from the slider? He showed he doesn't really care.
Hit on the ground out to short. Reined in. Throw in time, and the side is retired. C.J. Abrams will be summoned off the bench.
Well, they had to put in a couple of extra innings of work, but hey,
so
listen,
we did
a win is a win,
end up managing.
and any win is good, especially.
And the bullpen fell apart. So it was more short. I mean, I probably wanted to just let me keep going, see what the offense could do, because that ended up burning our bullpen even more. God. Until I know I'm back in the starting rotation, because I don't like the bullpen shit. Yeah, just play it, why not? Yeah, I'm actually going to change my mind on that. I'm more on a good team though, but I really just want to go until I get my first hit. Problem is though, they won't give me a damn chance half the time. So the Rockies are surprisingly decent as well.
Joshua Gibbons gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Number 14, Joshua.
Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch.
Either our team's went into a slump or this team is actually good.
Hey, nobody away.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
1-1.
Right side. Fielded cleanly, and he will whip this one over to first in time for the out. Digging in now, Jeff McNeil. He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up. Tough to do much with that one, a swing and a miss.
That's just a great pitch right there. Great execution. He just got that hitter to think that pitch was knee-high. Nasty diving out of the zone.
Throw in time at first for out number 2. Digging in and looking for more, J.D. Davis is working on a 1-for-3 thus far. A bit of a hanger, but it's laid off and called a strike. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
Down 0-2 to a guy with this much weaponry, 5 pitches he can go to, not looking good.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2.
Ball in.
Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Grisham makes the catch to end the inning.
Should have minus home runs per 9 unless.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Pete Alonso. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And he takes ball 1.
Alonso.
And they're starting.
Ball 2 with a sinker that runs off the inside. Now the 2-0 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs a bear down right here.
The bouncer to the left side. And there's one down now. So digging in now, Clint Frazier. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last. Time up. 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error in the game for the Mets thus far. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Down first, digging for 2.
Relay. Hey, no runner. Eat it.
And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double.
I say the Mets are.
When you drive the ball into the gap like that, nothing but good things can happen. Neither one of the outfielders had the wheels to catch up to it, and he glides easily into second for a double. Now we'll see if the guys behind him can get him in.
A ball and a strike. Frazier, the runner at second with 1 away. Called strike, and he's behind 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That misses, and we're even at 2 and 2.
1 out.
Line towards center field.
That was perfect contact.
Grisham is back, and he'll get there to make the play for out number 2. Next to bat will be Victor Caratini. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike 1. 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error in the game for the Mets thus far. Sinker, and this.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
2 down.
And
is put in play to the right side of the infield. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is. Jorge Mateo will move into the on-deck.
Yeah, that's the way you want to finish
another
a
ball
three-game
game.
home series. Breaking out the brooms and sweeping.
Okay, I don't know why, but why the heck do we not get a strike? Because a lot of I hate that the game goes based on overall. Like, it shouldn't be going based on statistically. Rust. No, that's not what I want. I do not want that one. I want. Oh wow, there's that much of a gap? Like, you're talking 84 is the lowest. Well, 83, but... See, this is what I mean. Like, they clearly have an issue with statistics. Man, I'm trying to think, what's the other menu? See if I have postseason. How would I go to my inventory for that? I don't know, but stats and words. There we go. What teams you have not faced yet? Braves, Brewers, oh yeah, we have the pitch postseason. And then Florida, I want to see how many hits we got. I gotta go to statistics. Nope.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Alright, at least we aren't in the damn minors. Oh, we're actually starting to struggle. That's fun.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Well, let's go hits for a 9 here.
Player's agent calls to touch base. The player expresses interest in going elsewhere.
Yeah, it's a little bit like, this is not the time you take agent calls as in your clubhouse.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Like, you know, if we do make it to the postseason, or an All-Star game, we are going to play them.
A pitcher is encouraged to keep looking for improvement.
But, I mean, I don't know how much postseason, because we don't have postseason experience, and usually your player price tag goes up about a couple percent points just for playing in the having a little bit of season experience.
A pitcher is issued a challenge by his coach. disappointing notice is given.
Bruh.
This player's visit to the show was short-lived. He will return to AAA and rejoin them. The player receives an update from his representative.
So, you're telling me a 3-year... Yeah, it's called that. They got someone better.
A manager checks in with his ball
Son
club.
of a bitch. So you're telling me someone that is paid in the big leagues, makes millions of dollars already, which means now I need to either they're gonna DF it. I'll probably get traded. Because I do personally think I'm gonna be designated for assignment, but
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them.
so even if there were work for the MLB All-Star game, we're not making that now.
A player receives input from a coach.
Because once we're off the 40-man, then we can get claimed, so... Off waivers.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
We have a pretty much equal ERA, so it's not like there's a difference. And that's the problem, I think, with this game, is it's not based on statistics. Unless they're just trying to... The problem is, though, the more they're wasting my entire...
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
They're paying for this right now because, A1, my clock is still ticking. And as the clock starts to tick down, they're going to have to start paying more. I mean, what they also might be doing is just stretching us out a bit. Yeah, but I don't freaking know. It could just be they just... Because, let's see, after 5 years... Yeah, no, it's about 5 years.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are...
Seriously, this is what I don't like. If it makes no sense why these are forced in this game. I would turn these off. fact is, right now, every single season, we're basically wasting half our career right now in the minors.
In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost, because any situation can be a teaching opportunity.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we're back in the big league club right when the minor league season ends. Ridiculous. Because right now we have no leverage. Right now for being traded. Just wasted one. But, The Reds have defeated the Red Sox. Starting pitcher. Oh, he never made the postseason. Or anything. Inductees.
Spring training is about knocking off the rust and getting ready to once again chase a title.
Okay, actually having a decent spring this year. Fucking God.
A coach presses a player to keep raising the bar on the development of his signature skills.
So Padres have completely shut down. But because we stayed on the... Oh, that's right, because they couldn't take me off because of my contract. Ooh, because I forgot I signed a 2-season deal. I don't remember if I had an option or not, but...
A manager checks in with his ball club.
But the fact is that we are able to start grinding big league. Getting back to the bigs.
A pitcher who has been inefficient from the stretch of late is given a coach up.
Yeah, you put me in the bullpen where I'm statistically not successful. Figure out that one.
A player's agent calls to touch base. The player expresses interest in going elsewhere.
For 3 more years.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
But didn't it just say, oh, because it was probably glitched out with the contract? I probably still thought, oh, you have 5 years, but... like, usually, like, if you want to sign like a 7-year deal, but then, like, you're stuck to that contract, if you want to break it, you can't.
A coach presses a player to keep raising the bar on the development of his signature skills.
Yeah, for how little those innings are, we're still in the bullpen.
A pitcher is encouraged to keep looking for improvement. The player receives an update from his representative. A major league manager sometimes has to break unwanted news.
Yeah.
This player learns he's being returned to the limbo that is AAA baseball.
Oh! So we can actually be bought right now. Did no one seriously want us? Well, no, I don't think our...
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs.
Yeah, apparently no one wanted us. So, what fucking hell?
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
But this is also the problem. Like, you put me in a bullpen role.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Puts me in a goddamn bullpen. Where I've been statistically unsuccessful in my career so far, because I don't have the attributes to do that. Literally, every season's got a minor league stunt.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs.
I hate when they do this. So we're probably, well, let's see, because of the fact that we are technically still on a 40-man roster, we are still gaining years. Like, we're still getting service time, though. But the thing is, I don't understand why the Padres don't want to. The problem is they really haven't been using what I'm designed for here, so...
In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost, because any situation can be a teaching opportunity.
I wish there was just an option to randomize everything, like, alright, pick this.
With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand.
Well, I'm not playing my early postseason because it's stupid. So we got a few more games then.
Having split the first two in an extended series, the emphasis is on grabbing the upper hand in game 3.
And we won one game, and I pitch a third of an inning. The Reds have defeated the... Okay, so the Reds are really good then. Starting pitcher. Who doesn't have any statistics?
Spring training has come again, and major leaguers begin the process of readying themselves for the challenges of another long season.
Okay, so an absolute shit spring training. Wait, are we actually in the starting rotation this year? Holy shit, are we?
A pitcher is encouraged to keep looking for improvement.
Nope. This is fucking ridiculous.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Now the fact is that we haven't been called up, and like we're just going doesn't help a Hall of Fame career. So we might need to play like 30 seasons in the big leagues just to equal out all this shit, because the career already is going to be kind of hard to drop.
A manager checks in with his ball
Just a
club.
500 team this year. But what you want is to get on a team where you're able to be a starter, and I'm not getting that opportunity right now.
A pitching coach offers reassurance to a pitcher who's been knocked around a bit lately.
Yeah, we're averaging more downward, so we're probably going to miss it again. But how inconsistent the outings are? Because like sometimes you get like a shit ton, and sometimes you're waiting like a month in order to pitch again.
A player's agent calls to touch base.
Get my ass fucking traded.
The player expresses interest in going elsewhere. A manager checks in with his ball club. A major league manager sometimes has to break unwanted news. This player learns he is being returned to the limbo that is AAA baseball. Understandably, he's not happy about it.
Let's see. 420. Let's see. You were not giving me a shove. They're more or less just... Jesus Christ.
A pitcher who's been inefficient from the stretch of late is given a coach-up.
So back-to-back seasons. So I pitched 15 innings the entire year.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
This is ridiculous.
The player receives an update from his representative.
Okay, dumbass. The problem is, I think now, because they took us off the 40-man, which... Yeah, because they didn't designate us for assignment.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are...
Has anyone told their manager that no one cares?
The player is informed that he is being sent back down to Double-A ball.
Fucking kidding me.
Sometimes the road to the show can be a long and winding one.
Jeez, okay, the Padres are just that much of a salty little... Yeah, watch me dominate down here. Like, pretty soon will be like an 80 overall. The thing is, no one's claiming us, though, so...
The player receives input from a coach.
So we're dominating down here. What are they going to say? Yo, you're demoted to single A with a... Like, we had a 2 ERA in like 15 innings. And like, no, that ain't good enough. Which means they probably made some moves, got some better overall people, and the game's like, nah, you gotta climb your ass all the way back on top.
manager checks in with his ball club.
Hello and welcome to the longest road of the reverse road of the show, where you start the show and work your way down.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Padres, is this good enough for you, or is that too big? I think what they're trying to do is get me off the roster, but... Alright, so that's at the highest tier.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs.
So the thing is, like, we'll get, like, enough overall, because that's what we've been doing, is just having enough. They must have got some better minor leaguers from AA, and they're like, now you gotta go all the way down. Shit, forgot. You know, it would be really interesting if, oh, it's the landing rod that needs it.
Late in the season and holding a comfortable division lead, a young team is cautioned not to let up.
I'm not playing the minor league postseason.
A minor leaguer hears from his agent.
I kind of wish you could reject contracts, like...
With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the longest one, too. Just kind of get along, man.
A 2-0 series lead gives this manager an opportunity to share some insights on closeout opportunity. The manager challenges his players to improve their championship odds by seizing a win. With one game about to decide a league championship, an experienced manager shares a moment of levity with the young team he has come to cherish.
The Dodgers defeat the Twins. Okay, no one cares. Clayton Kershaw. Can I actually pick a team? Oh, it's going to 2027 and shit, no one I really Alright, so this might be a shot to get
With
back
the
to
arrival
the
of another spring, teams gather to gear up for a brand new season.
a fairly decent double A. And this is because of because you guys signed a shit ton. So, okay, apparently the Cubs really have the water.
A player receives a check-in
Pitched
from
a
one of
third
his
of an
coaches.
inning. This entire season. Alright, there we go. Well, are you kidding? We're not even starting. What the fuck? Sure, what was the Mets out here?
A manager checks in with his ball club. An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors.
Yeah, well, first of all, I've been in the show, and now we're gonna ignore the fact that we have.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
So I'm probably gonna have to go like 2060 at this rate.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them.
Okay, there we go, there we go.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Fuck you. So literally we're back to square one all over again, but
A pitcher is issued a challenge by his coach.
now we're being used.
manager checks in with his ball club.
Which is what we want. We want to be used up. The thing is, I don't.
An unexpected turn.
Well, son of a bitch.
And just like that, a player must pull up roots
and
move on to the next destination. A minor leaguer is welcomed after being brought into a new order. His name may not have made headlines in this deal, but if he's a hit in the long run, it could be a real feather in the GM's cap. In this game, change can come swiftly and unannounced. Some players take it better than others, but unexpected trades are a fact of the game. As are discontent players seeking trades to more desired destinations. A player receives input from a coach.
So they offered us AAA, and then we didn't take it, so now we're in second AA.
A manager checks in with his ball club. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Okay, so we're not even being a starter right now. Jeez.
In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost because any situation can be a teaching opportunity.
So another wasted season.
With the season's outcome coming down to a final series, a manager chooses his words carefully.
Dang, that's glitched out.
Being in a hole in a minor league playoff series means an opportunity to teach young men. A proud skipper addresses a room of young competitors one win away from competing for a league championship.
Braves defeated the Angels. AAA, okay, Cubs, welcome back. Sign right back up. See. Does DFA me? What the? Excellent start.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Mother fricker. The thing is, though, we're wasting so. The more seasons we waste, the more time it's going to take for us to really get going in our career.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
I think we're ready for the show, but I don't know what the game does. I wish someone would actually explain how the college tracker actually works, because it doesn't seem like it works at all.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors.
You know, I kind of think it's funny. They trade me and then they come right back.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A manager checks in with his ball club.
I just want the damn promotion back.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Son of a bitch. Alright, so I'm still actually having to care about personality. We're almost like 30 years old, so we're getting close to having the ability to retire, but I don't want to retire yet.
A pitcher is issued a challenge by his coach.
Retirement is not an option yet, especially when we spend most of our career in minors. We want Hall of Fame status with 3,000 Ks. I always want to be to the point where we become an ace now.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Yeah, I'm actually hoping that they do call me. Because at this point, we just need to call up. The interesting thing is the Mets didn't want us.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
I think we're having a decently good season.
A manager checks in with his ball club.
I mean, I say a 350 isn't bad, but basically we need a rebuild season. But I believe, yeah, I don't know if it's because we're in the minors or...
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Because we're trying to build ourselves to like a very...
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs.
I want to be in the show already, bitch. Calling up worked. It calls us up from last game. Oh, sorry, you don't get the pitch. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a shot in Bigs again.
Late in the season and holding a comfortable division lead, a young team is cautioned not to let up. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand.
By a thread. I feel like there's more games in the minor league season. Now I'm looking at it. And we have maxed out every
With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand.
We have like 20 games over.
A 2-0 series lead gives this manager an opportunity to share some insights on closeout opportunity. Needing 3 straight wins to remain alive in a postseason series, this manager tries to focus his team on today's task.
Reds have to. Oh my God, the Reds are on a tear. Starting pitcher. That was a big leaguer. And a big leaguer. Oops. Mike Trout didn't even get. Just gonna play the lawn. Oh.
Spring training has come again, and major leaguers begin the process of readying themselves for the challenges of another long season.
Oh, and that ERA is ugly AF. So with the return to the big leagues for the first time in pretty much a few years, why am I wasting my time? Yeah, right now we gotta play, because, like, I am not doing this shit again.
Joshua Gibbons is out from the bullpen now, as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. Tried to pull
Meh.
that one back.